Today on Relic Resurrection, we are going to resurrect the old 88 Chevy Caprice. It's been sitting here for quite some time, hasn't moved, and we all know what happens to vehicles that have been sitting for, well, quite a while, especially in the hot summer heat. Yeah, fuel tends to evaporate out of carburetors that have been sitting. If for any of you guys don't know that, yes, it does in fact happen. And what can potentially happen because of this is that when fuel evaporates, it can leave a residue that is harmful to the inside of a carburetor, which can cause a whole slew of problems. Anyway, enough of me babbling on about nonsense. Yeah, the tank has fuel in it, but you know, after being parked for so long, there probably isn't a hope in hell that there's any fuel in there. Oh, now we can't see anything. Well, we know the choke functions the way it should. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and try and start this today. I do need to, well, actually this car hasn't moved since I took it to Chicago last fall. And so it's been sitting for, well, 8 months. Anyway, it's time for it to go back on the road again. It's been parked for a long time. I do need to put it on the road because, like I say, it does need a vinyl top put on. Can't be having this, so, but anyway, like I say, this thing's got to go back on the road, so I'm going to get that ready to go. We do have lights. Don't know how strong the battery is, but I'm going to dump some fuel into the carburetor, and I have to put a new fan belt on for the air conditioner, because I blew that one to bits. Rev the engine up a bit just to blow the snot out of it, and what had happened was the belt flipped, turned over, and it was actually running on the very edge of the flywheel here for my AC compressor, and I could smell something burning and squealing, and I look, and yeah, the belt was actually running on the very edge of the flywheel here. So I took a screwdriver, flipped it back over, everything was running fine, and then all of a sudden the belt blew in half, and that was the end of that chapter. So I got to put a new belt on there. There's also no belt for the power steering, so I got to do something about that too. But we do have an alternator, so at least the battery will charge, and I guess I can drive the car with no power steering. I really don't care. Well, as long as I have a belt for the air conditioner, the power steering belt will actually, well, the belt for the AC will actually go around the power steering crank here. We can kindly tell that there's 2 notches for 2 belts here. So I'll have power steering. It's just whatever. It doesn't bother me. We've had a really crappy summer, you know. I don't need air conditioning. Like, the Honda doesn't have AC, and it's just been a weird summer here in Ontario, Northern Ontario. Like, up that choke plate, just like so. Very, very slowly. Right down the air horn, because I don't know what happened to my squeezy bottle, but whatever. I'm sure a lot of you gearheads are probably rolling your eyes at me at this point. So she's a runner. Starts right up. No physical way I can push that thing fast enough to blow cold air. Anyway. So we'll let the old girl run for a bit, charge up the battery, and I'll move it out of its little spot here, do a little walk around. There's the inside of the trunk. Nice and clean for the time being, anyway. Yeah. Hasn't moved since last November. I took it to Chicago. And it's been sitting here ever since, so. Fresh paint, just needs a vinyl top.